there anything Ms. Clinton might do in between now and November that might assure your vote?
She could build a time machine, get in it, go several decades back and undo all of the horrible things that she did and do positive progressive things that don't harm millions of people and be a whole different person as a result, and then I might be willing to vote for her.
So the fear of a Trump presidency isn't enough to get you to vote?
I feel a Clinton presidency as much as I fear a Trump presidency.
What would it take for you to cast your vote for Hillary in November?
A forklift. A forklift, some magic dust maybe, because I feel that Hillary is much more of a dangerous of a threat than Donald Trump. Trump can't control mainstream media, okay? Hillary can, the DNC can.
The worst thing in the world would be Trump, but the disgusting display from the Democratic National Party or the convention of rigging the election against Bernie has me pretty much inclined to vote for Bernie or not vote, or vote for Jill Stein but not vote for Hillary. I think the moral thing would be for Hillary to drop out.
How does that 4 years of Hillary stack up with the devastating effects of 4 years of Trump?
He may not win. I think if Trump gets in, I would hope that it would mobilize more people to take more radical action and be more engaged at the local grassroots level.
I won't cast a ballot for Hillary or Trump. I will write Bernie in. I don't care if it's a wasted vote. Voting for Hillary or Trump is a bigger waste. I care about my country.
I have a choice, Jill Stein, and not because she's not Hillary, but because she believes in the platform that Bernie supports. And I believe Hillary has adopted many of the platform that Bernie has put forth. But from a conscious standpoint, I want to vote for someone who I feel firmly believes in it.
And that weighs more heavily on your conscience than a Trump presidency?
I actually believe Hillary's going to win and that I don't have to make that choice.
Is there anything that she could do to change your opinion?
I definitely don't think it's just battle scars from her time being in office. I mean, she's literally broken laws that would put other people in prison immediately. But, I mean, when it comes down to it, we're talking about who we can trust in public office to, go after the policy positions that we stand for. And I, right now, align with more of the policy positions that Donald Trump has outlined.
At what moment did you go from a Bernie supporter to a Hillary voter?
Well, I was always in the Hillary camp. I just wish that she would adopt more of what he's talking about. Really do believe that she'll win, but if she doesn't keep her promise to the Democratic Party, but also to Bernie supporters, that it will be one term and that's it for her, and that's it.
The never Hillary Bernie supporters, their tone sometimes resonates emotionally more on the hectic Trump side of things.
I agree, and I think it's important to look at the constituency. Yeah, you could say the Bernie Sanders crowd is made up of all different types of people, young, old, whatever. It does have a tendency to be, at least in my experience as a professor at a major university in the central part of the United States, it's traditionally the millennials, so it's young people. And it's also people that are, more of the 60s, I don't want to call them the hippie generation, right? But they're the ones where they're passionate about their civil disobedience. And I think that the fusing of the two, they're not going to relent. I mean, it's passion. And I think that the Dems, that's their biggest challenge. How do they harness the passion and be able to not shut the other side off, but to listen to what it is that they have to say and take as much as they possibly can to move forward?
The answer is two words: Supreme Court. The next president of the United States is going to not only fill Justice Scalia's seat, a vacancy, but is very likely to fill up to 2 additional seats. It's very important that the electorate be aware of the impact of having a president from one party versus the other. It's really about the Supreme Court at the end of the day.
What could the DNC do, and Hillary, to assuage the fears of the Bernie supporters that are more reticent than yourself?
Bernie has claimed that he got 80% of what he wanted on the platform. Sticking with the progressive platform, the way it was written, the 80% plus the TPP, would make a lot of people very happy.
What do you think that the Hillary Clinton campaign can do moving forward to bring in all the disenfranchised independent and Democrat Bernie supporters?
Well, I think keep doing what we've been doing over the course of the last 2 days. making sure that every vote is counted, everybody's voice is heard, continue having dialogue, let people express themselves.
Do you trust Hillary to go off the coalition that she's built with Bernie Sanders over the last couple weeks and to respect that platform and enact it if she is in fact elected?
Yes, I do. We're going to get there. This is all about having a dialogue as Democrats and knowing that the threat of a Trump presidency and what that would mean for us in the society is enough to say, let's come together behind our candidate.
I think she has to work really with Bernie. I think that a lot of appearances with Bernie would be good, but she also has to convince them that Bernie has been successful in getting some of his platforms acknowledged by the Democratic Party, and they've come a long way, so they just need to keep fighting.